Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I picked up a new plant. This one is a bird's nest fern. I found this at Walmart, and this is a pet-friendly one. And I don't know if this is because it's little, but as it grows, these should get like wrinkly. So I'll insert a picture of how it's supposed to look as it gets mature. But I was just really excited to find this guy. He was $5. And of course, part of the fun of picking up a new plant is to figure out what pot it's going to go with. So I'm going to do a little bit of DIY right now and show you guys what I'm going to do. So I found this pot at Lowe's. And I love that it's terracotta and it doesn't have the lip on it like they usually do. This was $1.98, I think. Under $2. And I just picked up this saucer to go with it. This saucer is actually a little bit small, but I just use them so I don't get dirt everywhere. I don't actually let the water collect and sit in there. So it'll be good for what I'm doing. Now, there are some plant channels I follow on here, some houseplant ones that I really enjoy, like looking at the pots and the things that they've collected. And I'm totally inspired by this one girl. Her name is Julie Nicole, and I'll insert a link to her channel if you guys are into houseplants. Definitely check hers out. But she's got these terracotta pots that have like a scallop trim on them. So I, of course, looked them up. She's got a video about them too. But I looked them up, and there's a site called Shop Terrain where you can find them, but they are so expensive for a flower pot. So, of course, I wanted to do a DIY. My first thought was that I was going to try and carve it. So I'm going to show you guys here. I tried scratching it in with like a nail and a screw to see if I could get like a defined line. And it's not going to be deep enough to actually show up. So I am going to look into carving tools in the future, but for today we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to paint it with chalk. So I Googled to kind of see how I'm going to go about doing this. Sorry guys, I just covered the camera with my phone. And I'm just going to take a piece of cardboard. It's just a piece of like actually popcorn container. And I'm going to use the lid of this. I'm going to trace a circle. So I was trying to figure out if I could tape it on or what I could do. I think I'm just going to hand draw each one. And then I'm going to go ahead and just hand paint it. It's going to be a little imperfect, but aren't we all? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just cut that circle out. And I just kind of eyeballed this, holding it up to see if it would work. So I'm really hoping that this does work while I'm showing you guys. So this is why I don't do like live craft with me, is because it's kind of like a trial and error process. So I've got the circle here, and I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm just going to trace it all the way around the rim of the pot. And I'm not going to make you guys watch me do that, so I'm going to get that done, and then I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so I went ahead and just drew it all around the rim. In the back here, I had a little bit extra, so I'm just going to make sure that's in the back of the pot. And I had a thought while I was doing this. If you didn't want to paint it white, you could obviously paint it colored. But you could also pick a shade that's just slightly darker than terracotta and trace the line, and it might almost look carved. But for tonight, I'm just going to go ahead and paint it white because I think it'll be a nice contrast between the terracotta and then the green of that fern. And I am just going to go ahead and use this Waverly chalk paint because it's going to be an indoor pot, and I don't really care if it gets distressed. I did see that Walmart has some Waverly outdoor paint. I haven't tried that though, so I can't tell you if I like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint all those little scallops I put on, and then I'll show you guys how it turns out. Guys, so here it is all finished, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks kind of cool. And then I went ahead and just planted this guy up, and I've washed his leaves down. That was one of the reasons why I didn't get houseplants for the longest time, is because I remember seeing, when you're a kid, you remember seeing them like the dusty, dirty ones, and they just feel like, I don't know, they just feel like old. So when I started researching, I actually found out you can actually put them in the shower and clean the leaves, or I use a sponge on ones like this. Then I realized that, hey, this could be cool. So yeah, this is how this guy looks. I will go ahead and put in a picture also of him styled. I'm thinking he's going to put him on my dining room table because that gets a lot of light, and I think he'll be really pretty there. Plus, it's dog safe, so in the off chance they somehow learned how to scale the table, I could rest easy knowing that this isn't going to kill them. And then I'm going ahead, I'm having like a potting morning because my husband had to go into work. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick glance at what I do. I'm about to pot up this guy, and this is a Pearls and Jade Pothos. I've started collecting the pothos because I really, really love these. They're so easy to care for. I have a few other ones which you guys saw on my plant tour. But anyways, I'm just using here, I make my own potting mix because I feel like this, besides light, this is probably one of the most important things for me. This is just a Miracle-Gro houseplant type formula, and then I mix it almost like 60% of that and about 40% perlite. That way it's got like a light fluffy texture. The roots will be able to spread out better, and it helps to prevent overwatering. It'll drain a lot quicker. You'll have to water it more often, but I would rather do that than run the risk of overwatering. So I'm about to pot that guy up. And I have a few others that need some new soil and new pots, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope that maybe you guys are inspired to try making your own terracotta pot. And if I do get carving tools and kind of figure out how to do the original idea, I'll definitely video that too. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.